Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless Blades coming at you today with a little bit of a game. This here, a couple of knives from the company Lothar. Now we are going to play the game of, well, help me rate this knife. Help me rate both of these knives. In fact, I have taken a look at what I believe is the kind of sister company to Lothar in the past. And I've been very happy with their blades. Generally speaking, a budget company. Certainly not super high end, but they have some nice stuff. They've been coming onto the scene in the past couple of years and seemingly doing a pretty nice job. And so the first model we are going to look at, this being the Fox. This is a fixed blade design. Again, it's going to be in the budget class, so this comes in right around 45 bucks. You can get it off their website. You can get these on Amazon. So very easy to obtain. And generally speaking, seemingly pretty decent in terms of the materials, the fit and finish, and the carry system. So right away you can see this does have the ability to use this as a neck knife or even kind of like a scout carry. You could put this appendix, and I'm wondering if I could take this clip and actually rotate it and get it to fit horizontal on the sheath so I can carry it in the vertical position. So we'll see how that goes. I'll test that at a later time. Now in terms of the sheath, a little bit of rattle there, but not too bad. And a great blade shape. Very straightforward in terms of its capabilities. Drop point design. D2 on the steel and G10 on the handles. Nicely machined. Bolt-on design, so very sturdy. And as you take a look at the handles, you can see here, very nicely chamfered over. So the scales are a little bit shy of the actual tang of the knife, but everything nicely chamfered over into that ramp with nice jimping. And the jimping is softened out the right way, so you get enough in the way of grip, but not so much it beats up on your thumb. And as you take a look at how this indexes, very natural in terms of the grip, right into that indexing choil, plenty of handle length, and it's actually a pretty nice design, all things considered. I really do like the blade shape, and D2 to me, I've never really had a problem. It can be a little chippy at times, and especially in the colder months, but again, I do think D2 is more than suitable. Overall blade length here, 3.38 inches. The overall length, including the handle, 7.5 inches. Again, this kind of drop point design has a little bit, you can see there, of a recurve. Just a little bit of a recurve there. Very nice edge. Seems to be reasonably sharp. Sharpening choil. Nice pronounced guard. And pretty sweet PVD coating on the blade. Overall weight very light at 2.53 ounces, and the stock thickness here just about at 1/8 of an inch, 0.11, or in other words 3 millimeters. Now again, the D2 with a Rockwell hardness 60-62 HRC. And so again, that is the Fox. So help me rate this. Well, this is where I'm going to come in. First off, fairly reasonable in terms of the price, being around 45 bucks. That's not bad. And it's actually kind of a bigger overall knife than you would think, just because it's kind of thin in profile, but the blade length, almost 3.5 inches. Nice design, seemingly going to be very slicey, full flat grind all the way into a reasonable secondary grind. Nice G10, skeletonized, everything chamfered over, well machined, nice jimping, lanyard hole, pretty cool design, and then a very serviceable and kind of multi-positional sheath. So all in all, where do I rate this? I'm gonna give this a 7.5, maybe even an 8. I mean, what more do you really want this to be? I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't claim to be something that it's not. It falls in a budget class. It gives you decent materials. It seems to be a well thought through design. It's nice and lightweight. It's thin, so you're going to be able to carry it easily. Everything in all the touch points nicely done. And they've even put a little jimping on the underside. So I would say 7.5 easy. I might even give it closer to an 8. It's a pretty nice design, all things considered. And for the money, I can't really complain. So I'd say I'm giving it an 8. And then here, this is the Knight. Now there are a few different colorways. This one here, I really am digging this. I think they're doing a nice job. First off, solid. I mean, just a real nice little case. Simple, but effective. And actually, in some ways, nicer than what you get from other companies. I do like it. Simple little cleaning cloth. So that's basic, but again, it's nice. And this is just kind of elegant. It kind of has that abalone look to it, which is like super high end on other knives. And even if it's not real, it just looks good. It's on both sides. As you take a look, and I don't think this is going to be ambidextrous. By the look of it, I think we're only going to have the ability to potentially keep the clip on the right-hand side. But you can see here, dagger design, really cool. This is a push-button lock, and the action is crazy good. I mean, like insanely dialed in, literally perfect. Check this out. It flies open. It flies shut. I'm barely touching that. Let me try to even fail it. I don't even think I can. I'm going to go as light as I can. Nope. I can't fail it. I've tried. Unsharpened swedge. Really aggressive. Nice secondary bevel. Sharp. So well done. Let's call it 2/3 height. But then it goes into that little bit of a flat stock and then into the unsharpened swedge, which could be sharpened if you wanted to and make this kind of two-edged design. Just awesome look. Effective pocket clip. Fully nested in terms of the liners. So you can see that. And skeletonized. Right around $50. VG10, which I also like. I have no problem with VG10. In fact, I actually kind of like that steel personally. So to me, this is just a real cool knife. I really like it. And so, I mean, with all of that, let's get into the specs. VG10 58 to 60 HRC, and they're calling the coating titanium coated. Aluminum handles, nicely done. That beautiful abalone inlay. Awesome blue button right on that button lock. Blacked out pivot screw, blacked out hardware. It's just a good looking knife with fantastic action. Working very well. And I mean, just flying open. I like this a lot. So, you know, again, what more do you want from it? I mean, what more are you asking for? And it's not trying to be something that it's not. So, I mean, I'm going to give this a solid 8.5, 9, just in terms of the execution. Very well done, nicely machined, great features, and quite honestly, features that you find on knives that are way more expensive. I'm not going to say necessarily into the $100 range, but maybe getting close sometimes. And yeah, it doesn't quite have the name brand behind it, but if you're looking for a good quality knife for a fantastic price and just nice fit and finish, yeah, I mean, I'm going to give this a solid 8.5. That is a nice quality knife. So feel free to weigh in on this. Where do you rank these? I'm curious your thoughts. Maybe you know the brand a little bit more and, you know, you can weigh in on it. Leave some comments below. Maybe you're just kind of looking at the features that I present to you and you have other options out there that you think might do it better. Leave some comments, or maybe you think my ratings were too low. I'm just curious. So again, thank you guys. I appreciate you following along. Thank you to the people at Lothar who did provide these for review. Look in the description box below where you can find your own Lothar products. And if you like this content, do me a favor. Take a look at my Outer Limitless family of channels. You're here today on Outer Limitless Blades, covering all these sharp and pointy things. Outer Limitless, which is my primary channel, covering hiking, camping, backpacking, outdoor experiences. Outer Limitless 2, which is more on the tactical and firearm side of things. And Outer Limitless Lights, which covers EDC lights, headlamps, indoor, outdoor lighting, you name it. That's the Outer Limitless family of channels. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.